Why are people saying, oh, we should wait till after the election? What election? Is anybody sure of whether the election would actually hold with the state of affairs? That is my position. What is wrong in talking? I mean, we can talk, and it may just be a place where we all sit down and we say, look, I think the best thing is to break up. All we should ensure is that it should not be politicized. Ethnic nationalities should be adequately represented. It should be a bottoms-up situation where people are actually chosen by their people from the grassroots to go and represent them.
How can they do that?
Good. Now, you have, I mean, we have about 250 to 300 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. That can be taken for granted. From what we've read, there are different languages. Now, I believe that a start-off point is the committee that has been set up. Instead of calling it names, saying it is doomed to fail, it's motivated by political expediency and all that. I mean, let's give it a chance. Now, provided that, unlike previous discussions, where you have the politicians or the people at the helm of affairs choosing the people that will represent them at the discussions, let them start from the grassroots. Let the so-called conference or the discussions, let us start having them from the villages, from the towns. Let the traditional rulers call their people. Now, what is our own problem in this village? What do we want to present at the so it should be two tiered. The first tier is the one at the local level where issues that will be tabled at the national level will be discussed, and two, representation will be discussed. And if we all agree that at this so-called discussion, we should have at least one or two representatives for each of the ethnicities. Because I am emphasizing the ethnic nationalities because the major problem in this country is about distrust for the man from the other side. That is why you have a situation where the man up north will say, it is our turn. Why should the man from the southwest be there for so long? Why should the man from the south be there for so long? It is because our primary loyalty is to our ethnic groups. Most Nigerians do not see Nigeria before they see their villages.
You don't think this
conference, yes.
You don't think this talk will deepen that divide?
That is the point. We can actually sit down together, and majority of the people there would actually say, we need to go our separate ways. Now, there's nothing new in what is happening. I mean, if you are a student of government or history, there was a Sir Henry Wilnick Commission, I think in the 50s. It had to do when the issue of creating regional governments, when it came up, so many of the minorities, the minority groups, they were worried. Look, why do you want to subsume us under this big this Yoruba nation, the Hausa nation, the Igbo nation? That was the issue. Because at that point in time, some people felt that, look, they are just going to obliterate us. Now, whether we like it or not, the regions were created. Things, to me, I feel from what I've read and a bit of what I've seen, I think at that point in time, the relationships were better. The divide was not so wide. Now, the same thing has now happened. Much power has been given to the center, and the regions are crying again. Now, the discussion is going to be about what is going to be the basis of our relationship? Are we going to have regions? Are we going to just go our separate ways? Or each ethnic nation will just go its own separate way without going under a particular region? Now, if that happens, it may be that we go our separate ways. But let us talk about it and agree how we'll go about it.
You know, a host of people have also, I think the way they've shown their concern is what exactly will come out of the talk.
Yeah.
That's a major concern for them. And, you know, I think that some of them developed cold feet when they heard that it was going to go back to the National Assembly and then for input into the Constitution. What way would you be advocating?
I don't agree that we should go back to the National Assembly. Every institution in this country is tainted. Nobody can be trusted. My own belief is that whatever discussions we have will be subjected to a referendum. Every Nigerian must have a say. The people that have gone there, there have been instances where people were represent constituent assembly and they get there, they get born again in the negative way. Now, what I'm saying is, whatever decisions are reached, it is subjected, that is the kind of election we should have. If we can have this discussion for 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, before 2015, and then we can have a referendum immediately thereafter, where questions that have been determined on a majority basis are then put on a ballot, as has been done in so many countries. And Nigerians are asked to tick whatever they agree to, yes or no. Should we go regional? Yes, no. Should we have more states? Yes, no.
You're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You're a lawyer. Do you see a constitutional problem there for that decision?
I don't see a constitutional problem. So long as the people at the National Assembly agree that they were voted in quotes to go there, why should they stand up against the Nigerian people? If the Nigerian people agree that what we want is a referendum, that is part of the situation where they say there should be a no-go area. There should be no no-go area.
They say they are the sovereign, or you have two sovereign if you were to do that.
Well, who donated the power to the so-called sovereign? Do I see them as a sovereign? Did I vote for them? Are you with me? So if Nigerians now decide that, okay, people should go and discuss, and in the discussions, appreciating the fact that, look, this is a very wide, this is a melting pot of civilizations, and they decide that, okay, all these are discussions, so that it doesn't seem as if you are forcing it down the throats of some people who are in the minority. We subject these decisions to a referendum. It's been done in different parts of the world.
But you know, some of the people say that,
Yes.
you know, because, as you rightly pointed out,
Yes.
some stakes are greater than some other stakes.
Yes.
Some people say
Yes.
that we're all, as Nigerians, we all have equal stakes.
Yes.
But, you know, as always, some animals are more equal
More
than
than
others.
others, yes.
You know, do you see that persons being able to go unaffected by political affiliations?
I must say this quite candidly. I doubt if it can go unaffected by political chicanery. I must admit that. I'm a Nigerian, you are a Nigerian. If the stakes were equal, it probably would go undisturbed. But we know the stakes are not equal. We know that the governor of Lagos State who said, oh, we all have the same state. You know that if I take him before a court of law, it may be difficult for me to win him. And that's not because I don't have a good case. It is simply because the system is corrupt and corrupted. But you see, we are so negative. For once, let us give this a chance. I have always been one for, look, it's a waste of time. It's going to be a jamboree. We will spend so many billions, and nothing will come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
And it's happened before.
It had happened before. But what I'm saying is, because it happened before, should we just resign our faith? Should we just keep quiet and say, look, how many of us sitting down here would actually vote in the coming elections? Are we not disgruntled and disappointed with the system? So instead of just folding our arms, allowing the system to continue to degenerate so much, why can't we just say, okay, bring it on?
Neither should we stop voting.
Well, we should not stop voting, except that some of us.
Except that we might be working on the day.
Well, you know, some of us believe that we can never contest and win elections because we just can't afford it.
And some people also say,
okay.
sorry, Sulaiman,
Yeah.
some people also say that the timing increases the stakes. You don't think so?
You
It
mean?
makes it even higher. I mean, even more lucrative for politicians to want to affect whatever process is in place.
You are quite right. I've said it. There is no way somebody somewhere will not try to corrupt the process.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen. We all know that. But you see, at the point of its corruption, we all then can say, oh, see, this was just another hoopla. This was just another deception. You know, but should we not give it a try? Like I said, as a student of history, I read about the point when Americans decided that no, we don't want to continue like this. Wild West, there was no law, there was no order. Everybody was ruling in his own domain. And then they decided, okay, let's just get together. The intention of most of them attending the convention, the conference, was to say, look, just leave me, let me be where I am. But at the end of it all, they imposed standards that were higher than normal. And they said, okay, if we can manage this standard, well, maybe we can coexist. Some of them went away believing that they would not be able to keep that standard. And then they kept it. And that's why the American state is a model.